Fourth Industrial Revolution, tool of the new normal, also known as 4IR or Industry 4.0. It was coined in 2016 by Klaus Schwab, founder of World Economic Forum. According to McGuinness, it is a fusion of advances in artificial intelligence or AI, robotics, the Internet of Things or IoT, genetic engineering, quantum computing, and more. To fully understand the idea, let's go over the history of industrial revolutions. The first industrial revolution was characterized by its significant invention, the steam engine, which led to the manual production methods to be mechanized. Second industrial revolution, also known as the technological revolution, was characterized by mass production and new industries. Major inventions in this era are light bulb, telephone, and internal combustion engine. The third industrial revolution, or the digital revolution, is marked by the emergence of computer and internet. So what separates the fourth industrial revolution from the third? According to experts, the primary distinction is that technology is increasingly integrating into human life and that technical development is occurring more quickly than before. So what are these technologies of the fourth industrial revolution? First, the artificial intelligence or AI. Examples are voice-activated virtual assistants like Siri and Alexa, Face ID, recognition, and marketing chatbots. Next, Internet of Things. Examples are wearable health monitors such as smartwatches, smart home security systems, logistics tracking. Next, the cobots, or the collaborative robots which work with humans in repetitive tasks such as picking and screwing so humans can focus more on problem-solving tasks. Big data examples are cybersecurity and healthcare. For augmented reality and virtual reality, Pokemon Go, the game, and the flight simulator for the aviation are the examples. For 3D and 4D printing, 3D printed bone hip for replacement, and 3D bionic arm. So these technologies are altering our daily lives and even our bodies. So what are its impacts to our society? The fourth industrial revolution is paving the way for transformative changes in the way we live and radically disrupting almost every business sector. It's all happening at an unprecedented and whirlwind pace. That's according to McGuinness. Some advantages are increased productivity, efficiency, and quality in processes, greater safety for workers by reducing jobs in dangerous environments, and enhanced decision-making with database tools. And lastly, improved competitiveness by developing customized products that satisfy consumers' needs. Some issues are increase in poverty and hunger, and income and social inequality. The rich are getting richer as they have driven most of the major technological advancements during the last decades. Some jobs may be eliminated by technology like AI, and this will increase the demand for new skills that many employees currently lack. Another issue is privacy concerns. Industries like food, retail, and banking are transitioning to digital operations, and as a result, they're gathering a lot more client data. Users are becoming concerned that these businesses know too much about their digital lives, especially that the prevalence of cybersecurity threats to these businesses. Some are taking advantage of these technological advancements, while some are struggling to cope up with the pace, such as the government. As a government, along with the companies, play an important role, especially in implementing policies that would alleviate such concerns.
When you hear the word competition or cooperation, one could think that cooperation is a good trait, as multiple parties have agreement with each other and collaborate in providing of solutions to a problem. And as for competition, one might think this promotes undesirable traits. However, cooperation is not necessarily always a good trait which goes the same for competition, which can result in a positive trait. Competition of science and technology. Why is there competition in science? That's because scientists are people too, who are impartial observers, only expert in data collection and interpretation. In fact, ethics is fully demanded in all the sciences. Thus, scientists are supposed to be the most ethical in their work, but not every scientist faithfully follows that practice, which is why we have unethical behaviors exist which can cause detrimental effects, like sabotaging other competitors, performing biased peer reviews, discouraging young researchers due to having similar fields of study, or even stealing other researchers' work. Competition on technology leads to almost the same effect. One other thing to note is the lack of resources available, which can lead to further intensification of competition among researchers and publishers lacking a large number of studies behind paywalls. So, does this mean that competition will always be bad? Well, yes, but actually no. Competition also helps in further advancing the development, just like in the tech manufacturing industry, where there is growth having better hardware and software due to market competition. Not only that, competition can potentially prevent monopoly of science. Competition is not essential in science, however, competition is a double-edged sword that can also transform discoveries to entirely new fields. Cooperation of science and technology. When there is competition, there is also cooperation. Contrary to what we know, competition and cooperation are not mutually exclusive. In fact, they are closely connected to each other. Without competition, there will be no cooperation and vice versa. Collaboration does not necessarily mean that there is no competition, since competition is essential for success. A lot of huge discoveries are thanks to cooperation, like the proof of the existence of the Higgs boson or the human genome being deciphered. Cooperation is essentially good, right? As this also reduces the cost of resources, and that is just one of them. However, it is not always the case that cooperation will always be good. How could that be? A realistic example of this would be the monopoly of insulin products. There are only 3 companies in this world who supply at least 90% of the global market share. This is good, right? Since it helps prevent competition. Well, it did successfully created a barrier for competition of other companies in providing insulin to the market, but this in turn created an increase in insulin prices, making it less affordable to some countries like the United States, since in other countries insulin is much more affordable. As for technology, Microsoft is famous for its agenda embrace, extend, extinguish, which means embrace existing internet standards, extend them in incompatible ways, and thereby extinguish competitors. So, in competition and cooperation of science and technology, we all should compete for the good and cooperate for the good.
When you hear the word fake news, or at least encounter suspicious news, you would normally get them from famous celebrities or influencers who use their large following and platform for more opportunities to spread the news. However, according to a report done by Jonathan Karpus-Ong, an associate professor in the global digital media at the University of Massachusetts, and Jason Cabañas, a lecturer in international communication at the University of Leeds, the real chief architects of disinformation were respectable faces as leaders in the ad and PR industry, hiding in plain sight while sidestepping accountability. Disinformation production is a professionalized enterprise. The organizational structure is hierarchical, cunning and strategic, and exploitative in terms of its morality and ethics. Here's the hierarchy of the architecture of network disinformation. At the top are chief architects who are mainly the ad and PR strategists. These chief architects use professional tools of the trade to fulfill their political clients' needs. They monetize their power in being able to launch Facebook business pages, popularizing hashtag campaigns, and building engaged communities with regards to the use of their reputation. The next on the hierarchy are the digital influencers. They take the disinformation designs and orders of the chief architects and spread them towards the streets. These influencers use their massive and growing following to their respective platforms. These people are crucial, especially when translating political campaign strategies into shareable content. Next are the fake account operators. These people on the hierarchy create illusions of engagement. They use fake accounts to spread any disinformation they can, which will eventually reach real people. They instigate bandwagons, most especially during political campaigns, which is more likely to spread even further to the unpaid grassroots supporters and political fans. While steps have been taken to address the issue, such as blacklisting fake news websites, exposing fake accounts, and fact-checking celebrity influencers, such actions still do not treat the underlying cause of the problem. This quote-unquote business has a high pay, especially when the clients are politicians themselves. Thereby, it has been requested in accordance with the Political Campaign Transparency Act that politicians are required to disclose campaign spends on traditional media like TV and radio. While that may be one way to solve the issue, it all boils down to us, whether we belong to the hierarchy or the general public, to tolerate this misuse of information.
As our lives have become more and more intertwined with technology, our society is now directly affected with any improvements of science and technology. It is explained that in the fourth industrial revolution that almost all our interactions are now integrated with some technology. With the integration of technology, its issues have been more apparent than ever before, such as the layoff of jobs because of the rising AI, vulnerability of privacy, the greed of capitalism using technology to profit over the poor, and network disinformation. Network disinformation, the most common and prevalent issue to this date, has become so prevalent that many people have fallen victim to it. This issue was widely felt when the pandemic happened and is debatable to have been used as an advantage in the past elections. As you can see, the effects of how we are connected because of technology has taken a direct blow to our society. But even though these issues have disrupted our society, we should always strive that we may improve technology. And thus, we need competition and cooperation in the field of science and technology. But with the greed of capitalism, some companies or entities have acted wrongly by getting rid of competition, by sabotage, or by getting a monopoly of a product. With this, the improvement of a technology can be dictated by one entity. Though humanity has used science and technology for good, such as creating antibiotics or mobile phones, these powerful tools have impacted society in complex ways that aren't immediately apparent. Furthermore, society's views on scientific progress are influenced by both science itself and by media reports of scientific developments that affect society in positive or negative ways. Therefore, it is crucial that mankind uses science and technology responsibly so they can benefit humanity as a whole.